Today is the 25th day of November in Abaco, Bahamas, my birthplace, where I had many Bahamians confused about whose holiday this is. I just want to remind all that this is an American holiday. So you don't need to call Kai and wish Kai happy Thanksgiving. There's a lot of Americans that we could give thanks to. Kai could give thanks to, like Call, Samaritan Purse, and all those agencies that came to our rescue when the government, the F&M government at the time, didn't know who was Bahamian or not. I give thanks to the Americans that came to our rescue. It's amazing that everybody wanna get in bed with the Chinese, but I didn't see no Chinese NGO, not one, in Dundas, Murphy, or Marsh Harbor in the last 2.5 years. Only I saw the Americans, and I want to give thanks to them for coming to our rescue on this, the American holiday of Thanksgiving. It was also good today to see I. Chester Cooper, an island boy that got elected by the people of Exuma, which is one of the fastest growing family islands in the Bahamas. So he must know the flight if he spent enough time there, because a lot of people get elected in the islands and we don't see them until the next 5 years. Hubert Ingram was a perfect example of that. So we sent him packing. Darren Henfield also claimed to be from Abaco. We only see him when he come to give those boys in Blackwood liquor, to liquor them all up. We send him packing. And it was a huge entourage. I pulled Chester aside from that entourage and said to him, boy, look here. I have never seen this many people come to the airport to welcome Hubert Ingram when he was elected first time Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. But you see, Chester, all of those that out there, they have a job. They have a place to stay. They got a salary every month. There's people in Abaco that haven't had a decent salary since Hurricane Dorian. I am included in that. And one of the places that I don't want to see Chester Cooper go to get corrupted, like every other prime minister, not deputy, every prime minister in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas since Baker's Bay has been in existence has been corrupted by Baker's Bay in the amount that Brent Simonet could sit down with Baker's Bay and get a $25 million contract for 5 years. And he and the Prime Minister is shareholders or was shareholders in Bahamas Fast Ferry. They say, oh, Kai, come go with us to Baker's Bay. I don't want to go to Baker's Bay, not to meet with the people that are causing my people to take less home. What would have been a good look for I. Chester Cooper while he is on Abaco to go and see the needs of the biggest employee in Abaco, that's Baker's Bay, and to go and see what is the needs and the concerns of the people that brought the New Day government into power. The people that they wanted to go and meet with, they can't vote in this country. They haven't voted PLP, and they have more to say. Any government that allow people to come into this Bahamas and to cause Bahamians to take less at home, in 5 years, the Bahamian people shall send them packing. Ask the F&M government. But it would have been a great exercise, and I want to be a part of that entourage that go to Baker's Bay and sit down with the workers of Baker's Bay to see how better life can be for them. Because these the people that just ushered in a new government. because of what the FNM and the member of parliaments for North and South didn't do, didn't meet with them, didn't care about their concerns, to the fact that Bakers Bay membership gave enough money to rebuild 47 homes, and to date, almost 3 years later, there is nothing to give thanks about on that donation. I, Chester Cooper, Kirk Cornish, John Pinder, collectively need to get together and don't be like this FNM government keeping the information from Abaconians and Bahamians, but to let Abaconians and Bahamians know what is on the table and what is for them. That would be a good look for the Progressive Liberal Party. If they were to do this, they would have done more than the FNM has done in 5 years to give the people the correct information. Only one man that they need to meet with, which is the most corrupt Bahamian in the history of our investment, that is Dr. Livingston Marshall, who came out of Perry Christie's office to leave Perry as an advisor to Perry Christie. In his first time as Prime Minister, he saw the cash and he never looked back. That is the only person that the Progressive Liberal Party need to sit down with. Dr. Livingston Marshall. He is PLP, baby. And they need to find out from Dr. Livingston Marshall what has been and what is on the table. There is no reason for I, Chester Cooper, Brave, Davis, to sit down with Bakers Bay for them to ask for more concessions and given less in tax and revenue to the government of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. It's time that the government say to Bakers Bay, we have bent over backwards to make life easier for Bakers Bay membership, Bakers Bay owners, and we have done less. In 15 years, the Progressive Liberal Party, the FNM, and now there's a new Progressive Liberal Party, have done more to foreign investment and done more and care more about foreign investors than they care about anybody that stood in the line for 3 hours to usher them in as the new government. The jury is out. I don't want to be a critic, but I'm looking and I'm listening. I'm doing more of listening than speaking. But it's important for a new government that has just been issued in to meet with the Bahamian people and find out what can I do for the Bahamian people, not what I can do for the membership and the owners of Bakers Bay, because all of that money is going out of the Bahamas. It is evident Cherokee Aviation was filled with jets. Neither independent taxi driver has made $100 directly from the guest of Bakers Bay. Not one independent taxi driver has made $100 from the Abaco Club. A South African has handpicked the drivers who he feels could be good Negroes, and he has handpicked them. And when he can't get them all week for the last 4 days, you imagine the manager of the Abaco Club, whom got fired from Bakers Bay and got a job at the Abaco Club in charge of the Negroes. And he's going to bring his employees from the front desk to put them in private vehicle to transport his guests at a Thanksgiving tournament from the Marsh Harbor Airport to the Abaco Club. And neither driver that's paying all these taxes has made $100. So in essence, this Thanksgiving season, like the two before, they did the same thing, and nobody is speaking for the independent drivers of North and South Abaco. Somebody need to say to them, these managers of the Abaco Club and Bakers Bay, that God give us this land. And anybody, any foreign managers or anybody that has benefited from Abaco and tourism more than Abaconians, God is not pleased. So the government ought not be pleased to see that foreigners are benefiting from this tourist product more than the people that has just ushered in the New Day government. Something ain't right. Something has to give. Somebody got to fix it. Kai is speaking about it, but unfortunately, I don't have the power. Kirk Cornish and John Pinder and I, Chester Cooper, are now the ones that we ushered in to usher out Darren Enfield, Minutes, the washing machine man, and the rest of that garbage F&M administration. The jury is out. It's 2.5 months, but it's time to stop touring. And we need to know what you're gonna do for people that still don't have mattresses. Their rooms are still leaking. They're still in a dome. They're still in a